Okay, so he came in with the complaint of a leaky rear main seal. He had another mechanic diagnose that everything is wet on the outside of the bell housing. It very well may have a leaky rear main seal. But you said the flywheel looked dry, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's naturally going to drip from the bottom in the middle there, but everything up here is wet and oily on both sides. So we really started looking for an oil leak up here, and the air compressor, you can see a drip of oil hanging on it there, but the mounts for it, the top bolt here, I got a turn on it. The one underneath it, I got about a half a turn on it. The one on the other side was 1/4 of an inch out. It was definitely leaking oil from that air compressor there and running down the back side of the engine, getting on the transmission, coming around the bell housing on the outside, and then probably dripping off on the bottom. But again, it's very wet in there. So I'm gonna have him pressure wash it. We're gonna clean everything up real good and then take it for a test drive and see if that fixed the oil leak on it. I haven't even looked up in the rear main seal yet, but the fact that I saw so much oil on the outside of the engine and the transmission and the bell housing warranted us to look further at this. So rear main seal job on this bus means pulling the engine out, at least a good 3 feet probably to be able to get it separated from the transmission. It's got the automatic transmission flywheel, so it's a very large flywheel in there. Big job. If we don't have to do it, a lot less money for him. But we'll see what we've got here, get it cleaned up, and take it for a test drive. So we're going to use the super clean foaming degreaser. He's going to spray everything down there. Is it open on the top? I didn't know if it...
Yes.
Okay. Foaming's good stuff. Yeah, really get it in on that bell housing area and the transmission, everything under that compressor. Stuff's just falling off already with it. A little bumpy. goes the first bus down the new road. Okay, he just got back from a 50-mile run. And he's been parked here about 2 minutes, and I don't see any single, there's one drip of fresh oil down there. He does not have a rear main seal leak. He used his Jake brakes the whole time. Before, when it was running, when it was leaking, you would have had a puddle under here, right? I mean, there would have been, yeah. I do see some oil coming down still on the bell housing up here that we'll have to figure out where it's coming from. It might actually be power steering fluid. I'm not really sure, but I see it is wet under there. Coming from up in that way somewhere. Could be the side of that air compressor as I look at it. I see some shininess from the actual air compressor itself. We'll get in there and look at it. It's not a horrible leak though. But he does not need a new rear main seal in here, which is very good. It's been here for 15 minutes, and these 2 drips is all. It's 2 drops of oil up and down. Everything else was old that was on there, and I wiped it up. So just a tiny little oil leak on the, I believe the 2 halves of the compressor now, but we obviously got the main one filled, taken care of. There's something dripping on there. I have to look at that. Maybe coming down through there. That looks like engine oil. Oh, nope, that's Permatex or something. All right, so he came here to get his rear main seal replaced, probably about a $3,000 repair. He'd been to 2 previous mechanics who diagnosed it as a leaky rear main seal. I figured we'd better just look at it first before we start tearing things apart. Good thing that we did, because it only turned out, we had, an hour's worth of labor in this versus what would have been, a $2,000 to $3,000 repair. That's crazy. But he was leaking a gallon of oil every 200 miles. And it was making a heck of a mess, which doesn't make it hard to figure out where it's coming from, but it definitely was not the rear main seal. He's very thankful. Look at this. Look how happy he is that we saved him a ton of money.
His tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. See that 4104 with the propped up engine door. Watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, 'cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town looking on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?